What's up, everybody? It's Dominic369 for Occultism Unleashed. Today, we're jumping into Mars, entering Aquarius. Look, a lot of times Mars get a bad rap. See, we got the red for the planetary magic of Mars. But Mars always gets a bad rap as a negative or malefic planet because the energy that it brings, it can lead to careless mistakes. It can lead to over assertion and doing things so energetically and so assertively that it causes chaos. But a careful application of Mars' energy will always bring about profound results. Now, yes, Mars is the planet of war. When you look at the symbol for the planet Mars, this is a shield. So Mars also alludes to protection, and this is a spear. First thing you do is defend. If you're protecting your energy from recklessness, it allows you to move forward and advance without harming yourself or other people. If you have to go on the offensive, with the spear, you had the ability to hit your targets by asserting yourself in the right way. Now, we got a planetary magic course coming on February 24th, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's a limited amount of physical kits left. If you want to get down on them, I'll leave the link in the description for you to join the class. The physical kits can only be sent to the United States. I'm hand making them. They're magical oils, planetary squares for builds and sigils, all that stuff like that. Only be sent to the United States. I ain't got time to play with nobody's customs or nothing like that. But let's jump back into Mars and the energy of Mars. Whatever house Mars is transiting in your natal chart, it's going to give you energy. It's going to give you focus. It's going to make you more ambitious and zealous to get things done in regards to the house that it's traveling through. So look at Mars as an energy booster, not a chaos bringer. And you'll find yourself in a better position when you understand the energy that it's bringing. Now, in the sign of Aquarius, it's giving more futuristic, independent energy. It's also giving a free spirit energy, which could lead to some distractions and not allow you to accomplish as much as you want to get done. Now, Aquarius is an air sign, and air signs had a capacity to drift away and maybe spread yourself too thin. So you want to be careful in regards to these things in the house that Mars is ruling in your chart. The sign of Aquarius is also the sign of technology. How can technology help you assert yourself? How can you assert yourself taking advantage and leveraging technology? In your first house, this has to do with your personal and physical appearance. Now, some of you who are into it may consider, getting surgery and things at these times, as the sign of Aquarius on your first house leads to a dramatic shift in appearance. I'm not giving you any medical advice, but what I will tell you is things that you do when the planet is moving through Aquarius in your first house, you might not be satisfied with it after the planet goes into your second house. And, once they chop it off, it can't get fixed. Can't come back. So if you're having a whim to dramatically change your look, do something with your clothes, do something with your presentation, do something with your hair color that you have the possibility and potential of changing if you don't like it. The best time for you to do dramatic changes and things like that is when Saturn is in your first house for Aquarius rising. But this planet also gives you the ability to reach out to more people online and garner more attention online. Don't be reckless in that. Again, and moving forward in the hyper energization that Mars brings to the first house, it makes you want to get out there and get it right away. Don't be careless. Mars is a sign of war in the military. That's what it rules. Militaries win war by strategizing, right? So you have to use that same energy as Mars moves through your first house to assert yourself in a very strategic way that allows you to make the forward progress in your personal reputation, your appearance that you desire. This is a great time to start a new workout plan if Mars is moving through your first house in Aquarius. And it did go into Aquarius on Valentine's Day. Mars and Aquarius in the second house. This is the house of money, wealth, value, personal value, and self-worth. You got 0 degrees Aquarius on your second house, or in your second house. This is where Mars is running through. This is going to pick up your finances. Depending on aspects to your natal planets, this is going to pick up your finances. It's going to give you more incentive to use technology to make money. This would be a good time for you to strategize using artificial intelligence on how you could make more money and become more financially independent if Mars is moving through your second house in the sign of Aquarius, which governs technology. This is a great time to get all your bills and things like that paid, because you will have the money to do it. So you want to assert yourself and use your funds in appropriate ways. Third house, this has to do with communication. If you haven't been in touch with your siblings, your cousins, your aunts, and uncles, this is a good time to find them on Facebook and things like that. Estranged family members and adopted family members. And if you are adopted, this is a good time to look for your blood relatives. Mars in Aquarius gives you the emotional and mental support that you need, because the third house is also the house of the mind and communication. It gives you the support that you need to make those connections. Mars in Aquarius in the third, it kicks up a lot of speed demons on the road, man. So you want to be safe in your travels, not be so much of a speed demon in a hurry to get where you're traveling to. And this goes especially to my wife, who has Aquarius on her third house, man. Lead foot, Jack. Third house Aquarius, Mars. This is a good time for studying, gathering information and data, online research. Communicating your message and things like that. The house that Mars rules in your chart, which would, depending on your house placement, is usually the fifth house if you got Aquarius rising, or Aquarius on the third house. Mars would be in your fifth house. So that's good for marketing and promoting yourself via communication, especially online. In the fourth house, this means bringing more technology into your house, getting more up to date on time. Also, eating more foods that help give you better circulation and things like that. This is a good time for online real estate purchases. There are several real estate auctions that you could go to and check out. I'm not a financial advisor. You have to do that on your own, do your research, your own due diligence. But this is a good time for you to, check out properties, especially in areas ruled by Aquarius. You're going to be doing real estate deals and things like that. You want to do them online, man. Research online for properties that might not be available, and and visible in your local area. So online research of foreclosures, auctions, taxes, and things like that really turn you up. Fifth house, this has to do with how you market and promote yourself. It has to do with your children. It has to do with, romantic relationships. You may find yourself in many relationships, and I advise you to be healthy because Mars also rules sexually transmitted diseases. So be safe. This is a good time to introduce your children to technology that can help them, exercise more if they're not getting outside, they're stuck on the tablet. This is a time when you want to use technology to inspire them to work out. This is also a good placement for you to take up some hobbies that deal with technology. Also, astrology is ruled by Aquarius. So if you really, find astrology as a hobby and something that you like to do for fun, this is a really good time for you to buckle down and jump into your studies on that. Sixth house is the house of health, and the sign of Aquarius rules circulation. It rules the shins, the calves, and the ankles. This is a good time to start exercise regimes that help you work those muscle groups and strengthen the tendons in that area. Good things are calf raises, stationary bikes where you can ride and things like that. Uh, Not a medical advice giver, but you want to start researching things that strengthen your blood because Mars rules the iron content, and iron is what strengthens your red blood cells and helps it circulate good. So if you're having problems with circulation and things like that, this is a time for you to take care of those issues and take action to defend against worsening conditions and create a strategic plan of attack of existing health problems. Um, Sixth house is also the house of pets and farming. Also rules, banking, uh, police, military, things like that. Um, if you get pulled over and stuff like that, keep a cool head. Keep a cool head, you know, be on the defensive against potential conflicts in these areas. The seventh house is a house of relationship, marriage, partnerships, legal battles, and open enemies. This is a good time to strategically plan for success in these areas. I can't I can't emphasize it enough. Technology, Mars in Aquarius makes technology and leveraging technology strategically a big factor in every house that is traveling through. In regards to relationships, you may see some shakeups in your personal relationships and marriage if you are very defensive or demand being more free than is comfortable with your significant other. Ask yourself, is that momentary freedom worth losing this long-term relationship or partnership? These are questions you got to ask yourself and strategically weigh your odds before you make any moves that could adversely affect your situation and lead you to, because Aquarius is an open and free sign. You damage your marriage or your long-term partnership, you might find yourself, you know, looking for Mr. and Mrs. Right and always finding Mr. and Mrs. Right now and being lonely in the end. Eighth house, time to crush those debts. Look for online debt relief programs, things like that that can help you get rid of, your financial burdens. Also, research online. There are several places you can research online for unclaimed money, unclaimed inheritance, and things like that. And they'll help you find it if it's for you. If it's available for you, you will find it using technology at this time. Uh, the eighth house is the house of death and transformation. It's also the house that governs mediumship. Online courses for mediumship, I highly recommend you use the link in the description to take the mediumship class at Mystic University. and the psychic development class. They're excellent classes, like really, really good classes. These classes are taught by my teacher, the Divine Mother Monica Bey. Been my teacher for over 10 years, man. So you guys know how I'm coming. If you want to really step your game up, now is the time to learn and develop those mediumship qualities. Ninth house is all about higher education, long distance travel. If you're going to travel somewhere, you want to travel there fast. Make sure you're not going to war-torn areas, and also use technology. You don't have to physically travel somewhere to be there. There's virtual reality and all type of other augmented realities that can really give you a good understanding of where you want to go and what experience you can have in those places. You know, strategic. Mars is about strategy. So you want to strategically plan places that you can go where you can really, have the freedom that you desire to network and grow with other people, as Aquarius is a sign of networking. It's about networking. It's about humanitarian aid. So if you want to, travel somewhere and give that nation's humanitarian aid, support, and do charitable work, this is a great time to do it. Whether it's in another country or 2 or 3 states over, this is the time for charitable work and making your mark in that. Also, in regards to developing and learning things that other cultures have to offer about, technology and altruism. This is a great time for it. The 10th house, this gives you the initiative that you need to turn your career up, man, and make your online presence felt. If you don't have a website and you have a business, this is the time to get it done. This is the time to take responsibility and assert yourself in your career so you can make your mark on the world. Technology will play a major part in that. If you have an existing business and you're not, advertising outside of social media and things like that, which are fitting for advertising for your business, if you got Aquarius on there, you might want to tap into some radio stations and get your message on the radio broadcast, as radio and radio waves are ruled by Aquarius too. 11th house, the natural house of Aquarius. This has to do with networking. It has to do with, getting the most out of your place in the world. What value you get out of your place in the world. It has to do with, taking initiative to network and strategically network. Assert yourself in those, circles that can add more value to your career and increase your payout from your placement in the world. It does warn against reckless communication and recklessly networking, over asserting yourself in areas or with groups that can't bring you the benefits that you desire. Again, Mars is a planet of strategic energy, so you have to strategize before you're jumping into 10,000 networking events that could potentially get you nowhere because you failed to do the research like a general and properly utilize that energy that Mars is bringing to your 11th house. 12th house, this is a time for you to kick back. See how you can use technology to recharge yourself, to benefit from, technology to bring you peace, allow you some escapism. This is also, a time for you to fight any type of social media addiction that's hindering you from becoming the greatest version of yourself. That concludes the reason of all 12 houses for Mars and Aquarius. Venus goes into Aquarius on the 17th. We'll have a video ready for you on that in a couple days, probably Sunday evening. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. It always helps the channel out. And last but not least, the link for Mystic University and the Planetary Magic from Beginners to Advanced will be in the description. Check them out. Look forward to seeing you soon. Peace.